Dumb idiots.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Dying Dumb Idiots podcast. I feel like I have to make it a little more fancy for our guest today. She's an author of 5 books, soon to be 6. She is prolific with the pen. She is fluid in fiction. She is the belle of books. Author H.L. Hines is with us today.
Thank you. Thank you guys so much for having me.
Hey, thanks for being here.
Thanks for being on.
That was a really awesome intro.
Oh, thank you.
My boy kills it with all the intros.
I can write a little bit. Maybe not as majestically as some people, but and we're actually, this is kind of where you write a lot of your books.
Oh yeah, this is a magical place.
Right.
I get it. I swear, it's like calming, ambient. It was real like fantasy land world, you know?
Feels like the perfect place to talk about dicks.
Yeah, and murder.
Dicks and murder.
Dicks and murder? Yeah. Yeah.
That's actually one of the biggest fears I have when I'm out here. Because we already had a hobo come up, and he didn't want to leave. So that's always ruining the brain bank.
Dude, that's impressive for a hobo to find their way out here.
Yeah, it's kind of in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah,
we had fucking GPS and we had trouble finding it.
Right.
But that's where that hobo spirit, I feel like, probably just guided them, right? So
it was the firework.
Oh, okay.
It's like a signal.
It was a giant. It's a sign from heaven.
Yeah, it was
These people have food.
It was like the 3 wise men. Oh, I see the star.
So we out here in the middle of the woods. I feel like this is a win for guys everywhere and the whole bear versus men debate because we're in the middle of the woods, 2 guys, 1 girl,
and you feel safe.
You feel safe,
right?
Right.
Yeah, I mean, I've got a
little
couple
less now that I said
Yeah,
that.
yeah. Now that you say
around.
it, now that you say it out loud.
Well, now they had to vocalize it.
It is actually still kind of like 2 bears.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, 2 bears.
2 bears.
2 cuddle bears.
2 bears, 1 Hines.
Yeah.
So you all better catch up, okay?
What's up?
All right.
I like that.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Thank you.
Did you make that up on the spot?
I did. Yeah. I just. I'm a silly little bear.
He's a poet over here, you know? He just melts my heart every time. So.
Oh.
Mhm.
Heather, what is your writing process for? I mean, you've at this point written more books than I've actually read, so it's pretty impressive.
It's not that impressive. I mean,
Yeah, that's
how
a
many
low
books?
bar.
What's a low bar? How many books have you
2
read?
Captain Underpants books
Okay.
and enough of The Great Gatsby to get a C in English.
Okay.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
I've read a couple of Captain Underpants. They're not bad.
Mhm. Yeah, back in the day, those were good graphic novels.
He's like, I read that last week.
Yeah.
yeah. It's
Oh, no.
it's taken me 30 years, but I got it.
I finally finished it.
Get it. Those are good books.
What was the question?
Just like what's your writing process? How do you?
Okay, so it's a lot of plotting, I guess. And, well, you know how, when you watch a movie and you, start it, you kind of already see where it's, heading out?
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's kind of like that, but with all of the characters and worlds that I make them. So I just kind of get a small little nugget of a scene, and then it just kind of snowballs.
Kind of just build your world from there.
Mhm.
You ever work backwards?
Sometime.
Okay. Well, what are you looking at? We got hobos over
A
here.
critter.
Yeah, it might have been a mouse. We're good.
Oh, sweet.
What if it's?
They're nice, though.
dragon?
They are nice.
Are there any dragons in your books?
No. Not yet.
Have you thought about it? I mean, I don't know. Dragons seem like a big,
I feel like if I were to do a dragon, he would be a dragon shifter, and then my main character would suck the shit out of him.
hell.
Not
Yeah.
necessarily oh, I have a pet dragon, but I've got a dragon.
Oh yeah, fancy smut.
Oh,
Love
yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I feel like that's a kind of a popular genre is the kind of smutty
Sorry,
romantic.
fantasy
Yeah.
erotica.
Yeah,
maybe?
erotic fantasy.
Yeah, honestly, that just triggered something in me because not too long ago, I was watching a podcast and it was this really high functioning CEO. And she was like, one of the worst things you could do as a writer is write fantasy or write for a local newspaper. And I'm just like, Oh my
Ouch.
gosh.
Yeah.
That hurts in the heart.
Yeah, some of us have to do.
Yeah, but the thing about podcasters is their opinions don't matter.
Absolutely.
And we're in election season, so podcasters think their opinions matter a lot.
Right.
They don't fucking matter
At all.
So, Heather, don't worry about what podcasters say. And people listening, don't vote based on what a podcaster says.
Yeah.
We're fucking idiot. We're just self-aware because we're dumb idiot.
Absolutely.
You know?
And that's why this is a good podcast, and you should listen to this one because we know we're dumb idiots. Those other dumb idiot.
Okay, now you sound a little pretentious.
It does make the difference, though. I think
I start going at everybody else. Fuck them.
Fuck these other people. We're the sweat ones, and we actually have all the facts. And the fact is, writing fancy smut and writing for your local newspaper, good things.
Admirable.
Good things to do. Admirable. You know.
Yeah. But I think the difference is the smut. It's just regular fantasy is boring, but like smut with fantasy elements is a little bit different.
Little nugget of
A
fantasy.
little,
Some balls of
Yeah.
or boobs of
wisdom.
fantasy.
Yeah.
So are women's expectations of men so low that they have to imagine and visualize their porn in their head because regular porn and a regular man doesn't get to it for them?
Yeah, I think so.
So like men, you know, we watch porn, you know, and I actually feel like that's one thing men do right. Is we watch our porn. So, you know, you don't have to pay money for books. Ours is free. We visualize it. I'm done.
Yeah, except the ones that pay for their porn, like some kind of psychopaths. I mean, if you're paying for porn in this day and age, that's like buying a CD. What are you doing? Like,
Yeah.
just fucking
Haven't bought a CD in like 20 years.
yeah.
I've paid for porn. I had a subscription to Brazzers that I forgot about for like 2.5 years. And I was like, what's this $60 reoccurring thing?
No,
Like,
you
I was
know,
just like,
Oh,
hook, line, and sinker too, because like they probably give you that like free like month, and like all you gotta do is put your credit card information in. Like, I'm gonna cancel that sooner or later, or maybe it's like half off, and like
probably not. I was just like, I really like this porn star.
have you thought about trying to get it as a tax write-off? Like, well, it's for my writing process.
It could inspire me.
Right.
Well, unfortunately, the porn star that I liked, he's no longer, he's been canceled.
Oh,
they have
Yeah.
short careers, though, don't they?
Yeah. I mean,
long
turns
dick,
out,
short career.
I was trying to think of that one dude.
like Ron.
Ron, yeah.
Oh,
I was like,
yeah.
that dude got canceled.
Yeah.
Ron
Jeremy.
Jeremy.
He was not the
Yeah,
porn star.
I'm like, yeah, that dude got
I want that
canceled.
firmly stated.
He did manage to make a long career out of it, and I mean,
Yeah,
didn't work out in the end. But
I'm proud to say I've never seen his dick.
You
Yeah,
have
I
his
haven't.
mustache, though.
I
He's
saw
got
him
the
on
mustache.
like Surreal Life and like other like random celebrity shows from
Yeah,
trash TV era.
Yeah, he's one of those VH1 dudes that'd be like, oh yeah, back in the 80s, this and this and this happened.
Yeah.
Like, dude, you weren't doing that shit in the 80s. You're doing coke and hookers and porn stars.
Yeah, tell us the truth.
Like, come on. You did not care when the OKC bombing happened. You like you did not hear about that for 3 days later
Right.
because you were on a coke bench.
Yeah.
I remember where I was. No, you don't.
No, you don't.
Do you actually remember him saying that?
No, I don't.
That was a really detailed.
Yeah.
I like it.
I just improvised all of that. I don't even know if he was on those VH1 shows. I just have like he just fit that bill of people. who
Yeah,
would be
I'm
on those
willing to
type of
bet
shows.
he was on one, like some of those shows. I definitely remember him being a VH1 heavy dude.
Yeah, he's like, he's like one of those Boogie Nights dudes. Have you ever seen the movie Boogie Nights?
With John Travolta?
No. Boogie Nights is I think that's about like porn stars in like the 70s, and
Yeah, I don't think
who the-
so.
like John C. Reilly. Is that the dude? I don't know. I am really bad at naming people, especially live on a podcast. But the dude from Step Brothers, he's like one of the main characters of it.
Oh,
Not
that
Will
would be
Ferrell.
John C. Reilly.
John C.
Yeah.
Reilly. Ding, 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 ding. I got one right. But yeah, I don't know where I'm going with that. You guys already know. I'm bad at segueing.
I was gonna put that in one of the comments and like an earlier podcast I watched of your guys's as a quote of you saying, I'm terrible at segueing.
I say it almost every episode now.
We're self-aware. We don't know how to segue.
Right.
So, since we don't know how to segue, Heather, is there anything you can tell us about your new book that is going to be coming out?
It is a giant pain in my ass.
Yeah.
Yeah. But really, it's the final book of my Seasons of Treason series, which is the fantasy one. And it is an epic conclusion. There's going to be battles, sabotaging, war, love, death, tragedy, rebirth.
Oh.
It's going to have all of the big favorite.
Big stuff.
Oh, yeah. No walking trees, though, unfortunately.
Walking trees, that's from like Lord of the Rings.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, they like help the hobbits.
From Tolkien.
Yeah, they destroyed Saruman, I think. Another name drop. But yeah, fucking fantasy books and stuff. That's always been my favorite genre, like that and like Stephen King books. But I remember when I was a kid, I was like really bad in school, bad with like reading shit. I picked up a Harry Potter book and boom, my fucking reading interest just like went way sky high. I don't know how the fuck that happened, but I went from like not wanting to read at all in third grade to like waiting in line at Walmart for a fucking book release.
Third grade.
Yeah, I think so.
That's impressive.
2001. So yeah, that seemed like third grade for me. Wasn't 10. No, 10 is like fourth grade, huh?
And J.K. Rowling did the Harry Potter books. Right?
Yeah. You say Rawlings, like
Am I not saying that right?
Well, you say it like you say it like Ohioans say Kroger's. You add the S in there. Very unnecessary. Myers, Kroger's, J.K. Rowling.
I can't help where I've lived and born. And
J.K. Rowling is very interesting because she went from hated by conservatives to now like a conservative hero,
right,
and worshipped by more of your left-leaning people to now turf.
Yeah,
the big turf war.
Yeah.
Yeah, mm-hmm. Heather, have you thought about like just picking a fight with transgenders just to sell books? Or
I was thinking about picking a fight with someone.
Yeah,
I just haven't decided.
Group. You just got to pick a group and like
just get religious.
And maybe even not even like in a mean way, but like maybe if you do a dragon, have that, maybe it's like a trans dragon, but then it like falls in love with somebody and like something positive actually.
Right.
You know?
Speaking of group going to war against each other, I think this country is heading for a civil war.
Oh yeah.
Because like you said, a group going against another group of, going against a trans, kind of a radical left versus right thing.
Yeah.
What are the two most radical groups in our country? Two most radical.
I think Browns fans are pretty radical.
Yeah, but not cool radical.
Oh,
yeah. All right.
Probably are.
I'll tell you. All right.
Yeah. He was just waiting.
Yeah, like, I don't know.
Swifties and MAGAs. And Donald Trump declared war on the Swifties. You see his tweet?
No. What did he say?
All caps. I hate Taylor Swift. The tweet. Taylor Swift.
Oh yeah, she endorsed
Kamala Harris. Is it Kamala or Kamala? I don't know.
I say Kamala.
I say Kamala.
I
don't know.
I say
what's right. I don't know what's wrong.
Kamada, you say tomato. I mean, it's whatever.
My daughter says like tomato all the time, especially in like situations that don't apply to tomato.
And I've never heard someone say tomato.
And I even told her to like, hey, smart ass, nobody says tomato.
Teach them.
I've never heard that.
Like, hey, you gotta get ready for school. Tomato. It makes sense.
Doesn't apply.
Nobody says tomato. But yeah, two most radical groups in our country: the Swifties and the MAGA. That's like our country's Sunnis versus Shiites.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And there's nothing more dangerous in this country than the army of 13-year-old girls that Taylor Swift has. Like, you thought that Trump was in legal trouble before. These fuckers are gonna find all the dirt on him.
Oh yeah,
dude, they're gonna dig up every fucking thing. Like everything's gonna be publicized in a matter of days.
And a lot of the MAGA guys probably have young daughters that are gonna just start rebelling and going crazy
undercover. They're like, oh yeah, see, my dad's a fucking MAGA cuck, and I'm gonna drain his bank account now. And dude, I swear, dude, Donald Trump did not declare war on Taylor Swift. It's a bad political strategy.
Yeah, no, we gotta come together in these times. This is scary stuff.
She is the most powerful woman in this country by far. I mean, she is like the cult leader of one of the largest cults we've ever had.
Yeah.
Trump the second largest cult leader, probably.
He would be so offended that you put him in second place.
He would be too. He would be. He's like, no, I'm the first.
I actually have the best cult. Everyone knows it's the best cult.
It's the biggest.
It's the biggest.
It's huge.
People never leave it.
Nobody wants to leave my cult.
Yeah, nobody. Nobody wants to leave my cult. We have the best cult. Yeah, actually, I think some of the people in his cult are still getting kind of tired of him. I think there's some Trump fatigue going on. And after that debate last week, I've heard some people say, he needs to grow up and stop acting like a 6-year-old. And I'm like, that was his appeal. Like, that's what you guys liked him about. Like, you liked him to act like a 6-year-old.
Yeah, but that was 10 years ago.
Yeah, that's 10 years ago.
Boring.
The political climate's changed.
Give me the warmonger.
Kamala Harris?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Fuck
Yeah. Good old Dick Cheney
Dick
endorsement.
Cheney. No, yeah, like, would you... Yeah.
Hey, they got to take away, like, you can't say Democratic women are soft because you get an endorsement from Dick Cheney, she means fucking business.
Yeah. That's who does that endorsement appeal to? Who's like, I wasn't sure about Kamala or Kamala. I hate saying Kamala now because I feel like
I'm not even sure about her name.
I'm not sure about her name. I feel really bad. I don't mean it in a bad way. I just heard people say Kamala, and now I don't know. It comes off smoother for me.
Stuck in his head.
But we got to just start calling her Harris.
Yeah,
Harris.
But who's like, man, I was gonna vote for Harris, and now that Dick Cheney's supporting her, it actually probably would use it.
Yeah, it might actually. She might know what she's doing.
Hey, let's go to war.
Yeah, buddy.
We haven't won a war in we haven't won a war since not Vietnam. Oh fuck, when's the last time we won a war?
It's time.
Wasn't the Iraqi war. Wasn't Afghanistan. Probably not the Korean War.
We're due for one.
Been a while.
Since we have won a war, yes, sir.
That was beautiful.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Not as beautiful as Creed, though.
No, never is it.
Stained is like
Creed, like
but I feel like
Creed.
Who's the lead singer of Stained?
Nobody knows.
Yeah, okay, he's got a name, and he's like a radical conservative.
He's got a name,
and he would be the type of person like, we haven't won a war in a while.
Time to get some.
Oh shit!
Mm-hmm. Time to get some bombs in, and yeah. This is
that big dick energy.
Yeah,
that big bomb energy, baby.
Yeah. Big Dick Cheney energy.
Yes.
That's
Big Dick Cheney. Big Dick Cheney's making his presence felt again.
Yes, I'm sure this is exactly how you're imagining how this podcast is going to go. You're like, we're going to be talking about Big Dick Cheney energy halfway through. Matt's going to be stumbling on some words. This is exactly how this shit's going to go.
I knew it. I knew it all.
Yeah, you're like, I've seen the podcast. Yes, I was aware this was
how you are a listener. You've been listening since the first episode, So hey, you know
I knew what I was getting into.
Yeah,
yes.
Yeah. I would say you signed up for it, but I don't think we actually are that official. What people do sign up to be on.
We just like message us. Oh, you want to do it?
You want to do a podcast?
I'll get a Google form or something.
Yeah, nobody wants that. Who wants that? Like, that's just bureaucracy.
I bet Joe Rogan has a.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah. Well, we already called Joe.
Rub
Rogan
it in
out.
our face, would you?
He's a competitor. You know what I mean?
Right.
And like we don't actually say his name on this podcast anymore.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
We're done.
Like,
We're done.
Out of respect for him. That's actually why we like to respect people who we think are below us. So we're releasing these episodes on Tuesdays now. Out of respect for the NFL, okay, let's give them their day.
Right. We don't want to take away viewership from the NFL.
Yeah. So we're going to do a Tuesday. It's the next big day. It's the greatest day ever. It's huge.
Yeah. And we're rebranding as not a Christian podcast anymore. We started out as a Christian podcast.
Yeah, we did.
We decided to branch out a little bit.
Why did we branch out?
Just because of everything going on in the world, man. We're worried, we're scared, and we figured praying's not going to help, so might as well put the pot on Tuesday.
Ryan, next time, talk to me about this before. I've been running fundraisers for the Christian podcast movement. We still haven't made any money.
You can still do it. It's okay.
I've been grifting my ass off over here.
If anybody's willing to contribute to it, if you want to contribute because it's a Christian podcast, then it's a Christian podcast. If you want to contribute because it's not a Christian podcast, we are not a Christian podcast.
Mm-hmm.
So
for that one.
we are
That.
whores that are up for sale. Show me the money. Spread some cheese on these broke crackers, please. And this one too. Buy your book.
Yeah, please. I have a book signing coming up on the 5th. No, September 28th and then October 5th.
Awesome. Where are those going to be at?
The 28th is going to be downtown Fremont. It's going to be it's artists in action, but I'm an author, so it'll be an author in action. And then another one is going to be in Toledo at the mall.
Nice.
Hell
And the
yeah.
food for it.
So there is fun stuff to do at the mall. The mall still alive. Toledo Mall is good. Sandusky Mall is
That's pretty much,
good.
yeah. But that's pretty cool. Like you meet like people for the first time, like, oh, I love your book, and that's gotta be a great fucking feeling. Like,
It's intimidating because some people aren't afraid to be like, I really like Riker or I fuck Arrow, bitch.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Al.
Oh no, you're okay.
that's all good.
But yeah, it's crazy. I love people, especially when they give me shit about my character.
Yeah. Yeah, it's good to get like constructive criticism or just admiration. I just prefer admiration. I don't want to hear anything negative.
Oh yeah, I
but-
get real defensive. Say, this podcast sucks. I'm like, yo,
You suck.
and I'm gonna make a whole episode about how everybody else sucks about not me.
right. Like, but then you're like, oh, I love it. Like, thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. I appreciate your appreciation.
I actually like when people say that they do like the podcast. I'm like, I love that you're lying to me right now.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Thank you. I even get happy when people are just like, hey, I saw your podcast.
yeah.
Like, that's not really
Yeah.
a compliment,
It
but I'm
doesn't-
like, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for seeing it.
I saw it. Did you watch it? I saw it.
I saw it.
So you saw it scrolling.
Yeah, yeah. Saw you have a podcast.
Yeah, I saw that too.
Yeah, thank you.
What if you just like, oh, I do?
Like,
Someone's stealing my
what,
shit.
what do you mean? That's fucking AI. Someone's
Yeah.
generating my image.
Taking my name, image, and likeness.
Oh,
Stop me knowing about it.
yeah.
That's a deep thing.
Yeah, I should be getting paid for that.
Yeah.
Am I even real?
Yeah.
Am I?
Is anything real?
So, Heather, you made a pretty big jump in life where you quit your job to become a writer full time. How was that? Was that a scary moment for you?
The months leading up to it were scary.
Yeah.
Yeah, but not really. I mean, I had it planned out for like years, so it
Awesome.
wasn't
Yeah.
like a sudden change.
yeah.
And it's gotta be nice waking up every morning like,
8:00.
8. Oh, I see. I would probably be like a 10 o'clock guy. You know,
I
I'd
gotta
be
get
like,
something done
I
in
guess-
the morning.
I'll get out eventually.
you just shift. You go to bed at 2. Then for some reason,
Yeah.
nighttime's cooler than morning time. I don't know how that works, but it
I
just
get a lot
feels that
done.
way.
Yeah. No, that's
The
really
mornings
cool
are-
to be able to do like something you are passionate about and love like full time. Then being able to focus your energy on that. That's so awesome.
Yeah, it's been a blessing. I wouldn't have been able to do it if I didn't like have a bunch of different income streams.
Mhm.
I think the biggest thing that made writing full time possible was taking my money out of the 401k and then actually being able to manage it myself.
Nice.
Hell yeah. Doing some investing and stock portfolio.
Moving things around.
The legal, so if you gamble, if you have a gambling problem, oh, you're an addict. But if you have a Roth IRA, if you have a stock market, you're a fucking fine individual.
Yeah,
You are an
absolutely.
outstanding person.
Still a gamble.
It's still a gamble. It's
Yeah.
it's a fucking stock machine, It's
Yeah.
crazy.
But if you don't have ETFs, you're missing out.
What's that?
Well, I'm in high yield monthly ETFs, and it's kind of like stocks, but they pay you every month.
Oh,
Nice.
Yeah.
Like an interest of sorts?
Kind of, yeah.
I'm dumb when it comes to this.
I know. I'm so like, and Jameson tries to like tell me about the shit, and it just sounds like gobbledygook to me.
I
I,
did
don't
some-
understand
blah,
it.
blah,
I did
blah,
some
blah.
day trading a couple of years ago, back when like the GameStop and shit was going on. And I bought some Bitcoin, and hey, I got out on top.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
my problem. Like I got ride the wave, but like I saw that go like way high. And I'm like, there's no way it's sustainable, and then it dropped way low. Now it's
Yeah.
probably back to where it was before, but hey, I got out on top. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's how you got to do it.
And that's how you gotta do it. Yeah, I'm not riding that fucking wave. I'm
Yeah.
like, yo, this is a bubble that's gonna burst.
Buy
And-
red, sell green.
Yeah,
That's why I'm not a good gambler, because like as soon as I'm up, I'm just like, okay, I'm good.
Yeah.
Like I won like $100
even
sports bet, and then I'm just like, okay, never again.
yeah, even
I'm scared. I don't want to lose it.
even like FanDuel and DraftKings, they'll give you like a buyout, like your team's up at halftime. And like, hey, do you want $6 or do you want to still win your $200? I'll take that $6.
Yeah,
The guaranteed
give me the
$6.
promise.
Give me the promised money. Even though my team's up by 3 touchdowns and it looks like I'm gonna win this.
Yeah. I've watched enough Browns football
Yeah, I was
to
gonna say,
know.
there's Browns will fuck you
Oh,
over.
yeah. So I
Never bet on
I
that.
have the perfect fucking plan, and I actually won money from it week 1. It's so you know how you have an insurance policy for like your life and like your health insurance, car insurance, life, healthcare, life insurance, all that shit. I have a ruin my Sunday insurance fund. So I did a parlay of the Steelers winning and the Cowboys winning, so they're going against the Browns. So
Yeah.
Steelers winning, Browns losing. Put like $10 in there and won like 30. So that was
Yeah.
a nice insurance. So it was like my Sunday was ruined, but I got
But
paid
at least
for
I
it.
made some money.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's a nice
no,
little
that's actually a pretty
insurance.
good idea.
So I actually bet against my team. That's a nice little. How much am I willing to pay for this win?
yeah.
It's a weird. People say I'm a terrible fan for it. I think it's a
I
great.
think you're the
insurance
best
policy.
fan. You're
I
like,
think it is. Yeah.
You're trying to like, hey, I'm willing to spend money
Mm-hmm.
hoping you win.
Yeah. Like I don't want to win this money. Like you don't want a fucking life insurance policy coming out. You know what I mean? But you still have it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Still gonna cash it.
It's like a
in if
lawyer.
it
You know what I mean?
happens.
Like you don't ever want to use your lawyer,
right.
but if you're like handling a lot of shit, you'd be done without one. You know
Right.
what I
Still
mean?
got to keep them on retainer.
Gotta keep on
Absolutely.
retaining.
Don't they have insurance for fantasy football?
Well, I don't know. I'm not in a league. That's probably expensive as league of you.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think I saw a commercial.
I've seen where they do like some of them will offer like a parlay insurance kind of thing where like if you miss a leg, then you'll still like they'll refund your money. Like if you only miss one leg, but it's usually just like a promo thing to try to get you to bet.
Now I want to make like a commercial of like some shady insurance. Like, have you ever been one leg short of your parlay? You could be owed compensation today. And,
You got someone who's like, I need that.
I need that.
I'm calling.
Dude, there's
someone
definitely
right
people
now.
that would need it.
That is an epidemic in this country right now,
It's
man.
getting crazy.
Now that people can like, it's a slot machine on your fucking phone.
Yeah.
And there's nobody saying you can't do it.
Yeah,
Like, I know it's like somebody anecdotally who is like out a couple grand right now.
Yeah.
Because they put that shit on a credit card.
Oh.
Oh no. Yeah.
I don't know if I use the word anecdotally correctly or not, but it sounds like a big word, and I like to use big words sometimes.
Right.
You know?
I'm always scared to do that because I'm scared I'm going to pronounce them wrong. Like, I
probably-
can read them and know what they mean, but as soon as it touches my lips, I'm like, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
We just want to use bigger words today since we're with an author.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
okay, we gotta flex our own word muscle.
Preposterous. I don't know.
Indubitably.
Yes, very good.
Shallow and pedantic.
That sounded Irish.
I
or
don't
something. Like,
I don't know if that one was one, but I'll accept it.
Oh, shallow and then pedantic.
Ah.
Pedantic is someone who's like acting a fool. Like you're acting really pedantic right now. You know what I mean?
so it was 2 separate words.
2 separate words.
Oh,
I did
okay.
not. Yeah, that's actually 3 words. Shallow and pedantic.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why it sounded like you were speaking like,
Shallow pedantic.
bless you.
Yeah. I'm like, I'm not even gonna try to
See, we are a Christian podcast. We bless each other.
Yes.
You know?
So this is another terrible segue. Imagine
Well,
that.
we're the kings and queens of terrible segue.
But I had a party out here on the 4th of July. You might have gotten the invite for it, I don't know. And we were out over there. I had this set up over there. And there was a guy who worked for the Postal Service. Or I thought it was the guy that was on your guys' podcast. And so I was like, what was that you? Because he knew like a lot of people that I knew from Whirlpool. So I was just like, duh. It wasn't.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, were you on a podcast? And he was like, yeah. And I'm like, oh, perfect. And then he said the other podcast. I'm like, no, were you on
the dumb
dumb?
How many mailmen are on podcasts?
I was just like,
Wait, there's actually a mailman who has a podcast called Boogered Up.
Yeah.
no,
Travis-
that wasn't it.
Not Travis Brown.
No.
All right, well,
Dude,
Travis,
there's-
you almost compensation for name dropping you in this podcast.
Go check them out. Finish this.
No free ads.
Yeah, no free ad. You don't need them. We need them.
We need them.
Actually, free ad. Run one for us now.
Yeah, please. Come on. An eye for an eye, an ear for an ear, an ad for an ad.
Yes.
Promo for a promo.
Yeah,
But I do apologize for not going to the 4th of July party. I saw the stank eye you just gave me. You might have been invited. Like,
yeah.
No, I heard you got wasted
I got wasted. When?
the day before.
Did I? I don't know now. I don't think I did. Someone must have lied on my behalf, and
Maybe
that's
then.
pretty cool. That's pretty
Yeah.
nice of them. No, I just like pre-plans that weekend, and
No.
because I went to the beach with my daughter and just did that shit instead.
Aw.
I didn't get wasted, but
You got
represent whoever said.
waved it.
Yeah, whoever's like making rumors that Matt couldn't go to the party, man, he got wasted, bro. Like, dude, make me
That
sound
sounds
way
good.
cooler than I am.
Yeah, thank you.
In fact, speaking of my daughter, speaking of not being that cool, my daughter was like doing some mopey, like, my life sucks, man. Which she's like a fucking 17-year-old in a 7-year-old body. And I was like, your life doesn't suck. You have a cool dad. She's like, you're not a cool dad. The Rock's a cool dad. I'm like, fuck The Rock. Fuck The Rock, dude.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Also, don't beat him up, please.
and
If
You're-
the Rock
you're-
sees this.
you're welcome for the free ad, The Rock.
Yeah.
I know you need them too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. My kids try to tell me I don't have Riz. Like,
Yeah.
bitch, please.
Yeah. Skibbity.
Yeah, skibbity.
That's so Ohio of them.
Yeah, right.
On God.
Oh
Oh,
God.
God.
For real.
Sheesh.
I think you
That
lit,
was
fam.
old.
I think you are lit,
Thank
fam.
you. Thank you. I appreciate
Mhm. And by lit, I mean flaming.
that.
All of this kid talk, I'm getting confused. I'm an
Oh
old lady.
no, flaming. That's old.
Is it?
No,
yeah, he's
I
just calling me gay.
I called him gay.
Oh.
Like he's flaming.
Yeah.
He's
Which makes sense because it's two bears in the woods.
two bears. This is our natural habitat.
Yeah. I'm gonna go eat a salmon later.
Yeah. That's actually very straight.
Sorry.
Fish.
Bye, bear, I guess.
Nibble on some berries.
That was a terrible joke, but hey, it kind of
Still
landed.
appreciate it.
It still kinda
Still
landed.
appreciate it. We love terrible jokes.
Oh yeah, like our podcast.
yes.
It's a terrible joke.
One big cruel joke that we love.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. Well, you guys got anything else?
Yes.
Yes.
P. Diddy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Did he do it? I think he did do it.
Yeah.
And apparently he got arrested for there's a grand jury. I don't know what that really means when they say grand jury indictment.
I
'Cause
thought
it's-
that
it's
means
just-
outside of court. Like they
Oh,
just show it.
Because a jury, there's like a jury, and this is a grand jury. Like, are they like older people who are in jury? Like you got like, and then is there a great grand jury too?
Right.
And then a great grand jury?
Right.
Nobody wants to have.
And then
to
you got
do
the
it.
Supreme
Definitely don't
Court.
want that.
So there's a lot of different things going on here. But yes, they got P. Diddy for being a weirdo. He's probably gonna get Epstein soon. So that's fun and games and
Yeah.
great.
I mean, it was expected to happen at any time.
And is a Jeffrey Epstein? Are there more people who think he killed himself or who didn't kill himself? Like, because that's one of those conspiracies where I feel like 90% of people believe that conspiracy.
Yeah, I do. I think so.
It's one of the most unanimously agreed on conspiracies.
Yeah.
That and that we're all on obviously a flat Earth.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
And that the birds aren't real.
the birds aren't real.
And
that's not even
was an inside job.
Yes. And we never got on the moon because again, that's all fake. It's
Right.
like the Truman Show. You ever watch the Truman Show?
I've seen. Yeah.
You seen it? Like you've seen it? Like people say, "I saw you have a podcast," or you actually
Yes.
seen it?
Yes. I've seen.
Okay.
I've seen people say I saw.
Great fucking movie, The Truman Show. But I'm rapid fire talking about shit. We went from P. Diddy to Earth is Flat to Truman Show in the span of 15 seconds.
Yes.
That means we're wrapping this shit up.
Absolutely.
All right, everybody. We love you.
I do want to say this podcast comes out on September 24th. That is my wife and I's 8-year wedding anniversary. Shout out to my wife. Love you, my life partner. And
I'm sorry for laughing, but it's like hey, we have a woman on the podcast, so I gotta.
I gotta make sure. No, it just
I love my wife.
It drops on this day, and it's a very special day to me, so I had to make sure to say it. But love all of you. Thank you.
I'm sorry
Heather,
for being an
thanks.
asshole.
No, you're good.
I'm an
dude.
asshole.
Thank
I
you.
ruined
Heather,
the moment
thank-
for you.
Heather, thank you for being on the pod.
Thank you for having me.
Peace out.
Peace.
Love you.
Dumb idiots.